Okay, friends, let's get this show on the road. So, again, sit up or lay down. Both will work for this practice. We want to just be in a position where we feel like the four corners of the torso, from armpit to armpit, from hip crease to hip crease, have a spaciousness that allows for the full contraction of the diaphragm, the expansion of the rib basket 360 degrees around. And this feeling like we can begin to take some full breaths in and out of the nose. So as you just start to greet the breath here, maybe consciously for the first time today, no need to force or pull it down into the body, but see what happens when you take a breath in and where the breath naturally wants to land or to dwell. And just take a few like that, being mindful to separate the teeth, unclench the jaw, perhaps placing the tongue on the roof of the mouth to broaden the upper airway. After a few like that, of just observation, where is the breath landing? Where does it want to go? Start to pull the breath in just a little bit slower, a little bit lighter. And perhaps you might notice that with a more subtle, gentle approach, the breath can begin to diffuse into places that may not have been obviously available to it just a few moments ago. And if you've had a breathing practice for a while and you know there are some places that tend to be a little bit lodged and the spaciousness is not perhaps naturally occurring there in the morning, consciously send the breath there. So whether that's to the backs of the ribs, the kidney wings, maybe that's the sides of the ribs. Maybe it's the full inflation, the expansion of zone 2 of breathing in the chest. We do want a little bit of movement here, though we want these muscles to feel passive. Very nice. And once the breath can begin to settle in a comfortable depth, we're going to begin to play with some Catana breathing today. And we're going to do it the more traditional way of 10 full big breaths in and out of the nose, a breath hold on an exhale, a breath hold on an inhale, and then following that into 10 very light, small breaths and repeating that pattern. So waking up the nervous system while also balancing it with some retention of carbon dioxide and lighter breathing to follow. If at any point something doesn't feel comfortable to you or you need to just freestyle a little bit, feel free. You can always come back to a steady, simple rhythm of the breath at any point. Without further ado, find spaciousness in the torso. Maybe sit up just a little bit taller, maybe tuck the chin slightly. And let's get going. Begin to pull the breath in and out of the nose. Just taking a few to settle. Meet you at the end of an exhale here. And then all together, full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Keep that rhythm going. Easy in, passive exhalation. In and down and wide, and letting it just fall from the nose. 5 more like that. Fully in, letting it go. Bringing it in, getting used to the rhythm, letting it go. No forcing, no pushing, just pulling the breath in, letting it go. 2 more like that. Expand on the inhale. Soften everything on the exhale. Let the belly be soft, chest be soft. One more all together. Full breath in. Let it go easily. No squeeze. Hold the breath empty. Just comfortably empty. We haven't done too much yet, so this breath hold might produce a little bit more air hunger more quickly. We're just going to hold for another 10. If you need to breathe before I cue it, please do so. All together, full breath in. Soften the jaw, hold it full at the top. Soften around the heart space, front to back. Soften the jaw, let the shoulders relax. 10 more seconds. Separate the teeth. Soften everything. And then let that go. I want you to take 10 very small, very light, very subtle breaths. Tiny and subtle in. Tiny and subtle out. Tiny and subtle in. Tiny and subtle out. Just a whisper of breath in and out of the nose. Breathing light enough to not disturb the hairs inside the nostrils. The air hunger becomes too strong. You can breathe just a little bit more, but we want to keep it light, keep it subtle. Another 3 small breaths here. Very nice. Next breath in is full, fill it up. Letting it go. Right back into the more full, bigger breaths. Expanding on the inhale. Softening everything on the exhale. Bringing it in, filling it up, filling your cup. Letting it just fall from the nose. No squeeze, no pressure on that exhale. Fully in. Letting it go. Keep that going. Find a sense of rhythm. Find a cadence, a depth that just feels like it doesn't have to be forced, but also like you are getting more space between the ribs with every breath in, a softness of the jaw and belly with every breath out. Three more just like that. Let it be easy. Let it be joyful. On the next exhale, squeeze everything out. Contract the belly back towards the front of the spine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Full breath in. Just let it fall from the nose, no squeeze. Holding it empty. Holding it empty. We go for 30 seconds here. If you need to breathe in before I cue it, do so. We will catch up with you. Let the torso melt around the sensation of pause. Holding this moment. Not to the point that it becomes precious and we're attached to it, but just so we can really notice it behind the eyes. Another 5 seconds here in this hold. And then all together, full breath in, expand, expand, expand. And then just let the shoulders relax, hold it full. Let the shoulders relax, hold it full. Feel the pressure inside the rib basket, inside the chest. Can you soften around the tautness? 10 more seconds. Let the arm bones hang. And then when you're ready, let that go. 10 small breaths in and out of the nose, real subtle. And after we hold the breath, it should be more achievable to breathe in a subtle way. Tiny in, tiny out, just like it's flowing into the nasal cavity, back out, back towards the temples, the earlobes, and right back out. Don't worry about the recruitment of the diaphragm. Just keep the breath subtle. Three more. And then as you're ready, full breath in. Let it fall from the nose. Maybe it's a sigh. Keep going. Full breath in. Let it fall from the nose. Let the torso relax on the exhale. Keep the belly soft. Find a rhythm, find a flow. Know that it's not controlling you. You are in the driver's seat. You are the modulator, manipulator, the maestro of your breath. From center, we can go anywhere. Let the belly, let the jaw be soft. Not holding, clenching onto anything. Just experiencing the wave of breath in the moment. Nice and full. Let the muscles stretch open with the inhalations. Let everything return to center as you exhale easily. 3 more. As the mind wanders, just bring it back to the sensations of breath in the torso, expanding and easily letting go. 1 more. Everybody exhale, exhale, exhale. Find the lower ribs and abdominal corset knitting together, holding it empty. And then use that like a trampoline to refill the breath back in, down, wide and full. And then easy, gentle exhale, let it fall. Holding the breath empty. Holding empty. But perhaps feeling a fullness in the space of the heart, front to back, side to side. Feeling that indeed we are not empty. There's current running through us. Can you feel any sensations of mobility of prana? Fingertips, toes, chest, belly, ribs. Tingling movement underneath the skin. A sign that you are alive. Another 15 seconds here. Just easy, simple holds this morning. If you need to breathe before I cue it, feel free to do so. It's your practice. When you're ready, full breath in through the ribs, all the way to the collarbones. Hold it full. Let the shoulder girdle soften. Relax the corners of the neck. Maybe float the bottom tips of the ears slightly back behind you so the back of the neck can be spacious. The back of the head like the hood of a cobra. A sense of fullness and levity for 10 more seconds here. Softening around the tension like the skin of a drum pulled taut able now to be resonant and make sound, let that go into this small, subtle breath. Subtle in, subtle out. And you breathe so softly that you don't even feel it on the upper lip. That you don't disturb the hairs inside the nostrils. Just a simple exchange of gas and pressure. No holding, no forcing, just let it flow in and out. And when you're ready, full breath in. Letting it go. 2 more rounds of Catana breathing, bringing it fully in and fully out. Maybe this round presents a little bit of a different rhythm, a different sense of spaciousness, a different focus. What are you taking on? What are you shedding? It really is the season for that. Bringing in what is giving you joy, what is serving you, what is useful, and letting go of the frills, the excess, trimming the fat, taking only what is necessary, and finding that by simplifying, there's a greater joy that occurs, and not needing to have so much. Being content with the air in our lungs, the roofs over our heads, the people in our lives that bring us love and support. All the other stuff, not always necessary. Three more here. Full expansion of the breath. Passive on the exhale. Just let it fall from the nose. You need to force or push. Force or push. You need to move. You need to wiggle. If you need to yawn. Practice is not static. It is not meant to sit like a porcelain doll on a shelf. You are a living, breathing, thriving thing. You are adaptable, and so is your practice. All right, I'll meet you on an exhale. Squeeze out, 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 fully out. Feel the knitting of the lower abdominals in. And then full breath in, expand 360 degrees around. Feel the backs of the ribs. And then passive exhale, just easy exhale, no squeeze. Holding the breath empty. Holding this moment. Letting a softness come with every second that passes. Releasing the shoulds and the haves tos. And the way we think we need to be feeling or showing up. And simply letting us meet the moment. If that means taking a breath in, that's taking a breath in. If that means experiencing yourself a little bit longer in this breath hold, let it be that. There are no rules in this space except to be kind to yourself. And maybe to breathe through the nose. And hold another 15 seconds. Meet each moment. a full breath in. Full, 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 and then relax it without exhaling. Keep it full. Hold the pressure, hold the tension, that taut skin of the drum. Becoming more resonant with every moment. Like when you have a room of pianos and you pluck just one string, one C chord, one C string in the piano, all the other pianos in the room, that string will resonate. You are becoming that with your environment, in tune, in touch. And just another 5 seconds here, holding that resonance. And then let that go. Small in, small out. Perhaps your subtlest breath yet. Breathing as if it's just a natural function of the universe. The pressure flows in, the pressure flows out. Breathing is the only autonomic function that happens to us, yet that we can fully control when we're conscious of it. And so when we turn the breath into something that we're capable of utilizing instead of something that's just simply happening to us, so much possibility unfolds in front of us. Let's take it in nice and full, last round. Letting it go. Keep the teeth separated, tongue to the roof of the mouth, bringing the breath fully in. Letting it go. Keeping the frame structured, but the muscles soft. Pliant. Adaptable. Perhaps the rhythm this round has changed. Maybe the breath is fuller, more enlivened, or maybe it's a little bit slower. Maybe you need to hit the brakes a little. This breath practice is for you. You decide how you want to play it. And after we learn to play the scales and we practice, well, then we can learn to play with others. So here in this community, all in different corners of the world, we're here together over a shared appreciation of presence and compassion for ourselves, expressed through this very vital function of breathing. 5 more full breaths. Take up all your space. You are entitled to every square inch of your body. No part of it has to be tucked under the rug. Every part of it, purposeful, functional, beautiful, worthy of appreciation. 2 more. Let it flow fully in. Let it go. The last one. I'll meet you on an exhale, full exhale. Feel the knitting of the abdominal corset in to push the breath fully out. Empty, empty, empty. And then full breath in. Expand, expand. And then let it go easily through the nose, no squeeze. Holding the breath empty. Releasing your expectations of the practice. And just being content with how it's unfolding. We get more out of it when we don't force it. Like if you put your hand in a cool stream and you try to take a fistful of water, you're going to come up empty-handed. Instead, just let that hand be placed in the current under the water. Feel the flow without having to grasp onto it. Holding for just another 10 seconds here. All together, full breath in. Fill and hold at the top. Fill and hold at the top. Five more seconds. Letting it go. Subtle breath in, subtle breath out. Small, quiet, not taking any more than you need, but feeling nourished. Feeling nourished by your own breath. And then you can release the subtlety of the breath. Just breathing normally for a couple breaths here. We're going to end with 2 minutes of cadence breathing. Just take a couple moments to observe the effects of the practice so far. What has shifted? Let's all meet on an easy exhale, no squeeze, just meet on that exhale. And then take a breath in and out. In and out. In and out. Let it be easy. Perhaps bringing the attention to the belly or the tip of the nose. Following the flow of breath in either of those places. The mind strays, kindly guide it back to that anchor at the belly or the tip of the nose. And then returning to a natural cadence of breath. No manipulation. Noticing what you notice. Feeling what you feel. You can begin to start to wake up the body a little bit. Come back into the physical realm. Fingers, toes, a reach overhead, a swish of tongue around the teeth, any little movements just to start to bring you back into the room around you, into your space. When you're ready to open the eyes, just let the light filter in. Thank you all so much for coming to class and practicing with me these Wednesdays. I always appreciate seeing you. Namaste. Thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your week.